What I'll be talking about today is those hundreds of immigrants that was put on a plane and shipped back to El Salvador. I would like to talk about those hundreds of immigrants that were put on the plane and shipped back to El Salvador. And mind you, this is after the judge told the Trump administration, hold tight, do not send them. Remember, they haven't received any due process. The only thing that was said is that they're gang members and we're going to deport them. But remember, they have a right. We have a right. Anybody has a right to due process. So we're going to talk about that. What's your thoughts about that? Are you all right with them just getting sent out? Do they deserve due process? That'll be my question for the day. As you come in to this live, go ahead to chat up. Let me know you're here. Say what's up or whatever. I welcome y'all. First of all, I say thank you for the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I'll be talking about today, as I just mentioned, is those hundreds of immigrants, as immigrants, I'm going to say that respectfully, that were sent out of the country. What are your thoughts about that? How was that handled? Are you in agreement with that? Do they deserve due process as everybody else deserves due process? Share your thoughts in the comments section. As you come in, if you're just coming in, I'm talking about the immigrants that were sent to El Salvador. This is after the judge clearly told them, don't send them, hold up. And some people say that that President Trump defied the judge's orders. Now the judge, the Trump administration said no, they didn't defy the order because the plane had already left and they had already landed or whatever. But my question today, what are your thoughts about those hundreds of immigrants getting sent out the country without having any form of fashion of due process? Issa, what's up? Issa said, Jesus love you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a good thing. I appreciate that. Sometimes you never know when somebody need them positive words. Mr. Newman said they dead. Okay, that's what's up. My question is, what's your thoughts about them being shipped out? Did they have a right to due process? It's over now. We know it's done. They're already gone. You know, President Trump defied the judge's orders. My question is, do you think they deserve due process before they left? I'm not talking about now because it's over. They just sent them out to the country, sent them to El Salvador, where they'd be in prison. But my question to you is, do you think that they deserved due process before they were shipped out? That's my question. The immigrants that President Trump shipped out, did anybody think they deserve due process, or do y'all feel like, forget them, they immigrants, whatever? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Do these individuals deserve due process? Dealing with the court system, any type of court system here in America, we have a right to what's called due process. It don't matter how bad the crime is. Anything you're accused of, you have a right to due process. So my question to you is, do these immigrants, did they deserve, before they were sent out, did they deserve due process? Or should you just be able to say, he a gang member, I'm shipping him out without any due process? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Should every human being have a right to due process? I remember this old saying, right? If they were, I'm going to say this part first. If they should have had due process and was not given due process, that's called an injustice. And this is what the old saying goes. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Because if they can do it to one, they can do it to us all. So I'm going to go back to my question, man. When President Trump rounded up the immigrants, Fireman McDonald, come on, man, say something better than that, sir. When President Trump rounded up the immigrants, the individuals from El Salvador, when he rounded them up, do you think they had a right to due process? Thank you, Fireman McDonald. Appreciate you retracting that. That's what's up. The topic today is about President Trump rounding up the immigrants. The judge gave an order for him to hold tight. Hold up, President Trump. We got some more stuff to look into. Just hold tight. I know you say they gang members. I know they're the worst of the worst in your mind, but hold up. But anyway, Trump still shipped those individuals out. What are your thoughts about that? Did those individuals, those human beings, did they deserve due process like the law states? Or should we just not care because they're immigrants? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Let me know what you think about that. Should these individuals have gotten due process just like everybody else? Or should we just treat them any kind of way? Let it be an injustice. So what? We don't care nothing about them. Deport them, deport them, deport them. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Let me know what you're thinking about. What's your thoughts on that? As y'all coming in, man, I'd like to welcome y'all into this live. I'd like to welcome y'all into the live. I want to thank y'all, man, for the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm talking about the immigrants, as we call them, the immigrants who were shipped out of the country after the judge told President Trump not to ship them out. But my question is, did those individuals deserve due process? Did those individuals deserve due process? Mikhail, let me read what Mikhail said. He said, they are illegal immigrants and gang members. I'm a black veteran man. Man up, we do. But was that proven? That's what I'm saying, Mikhail. I understand that they said that they was gang members and all the worst of the worst, but did they deserve due process? Because they can snatch me up and say the same thing about me. So my question is, it say the one and only Nicole said, no, they don't deserve due process. Is that what you were saying? I don't want to misquote you, the one and only Nicole. Joseph said, man up like Trump. Listen, this is my question, Joseph. My only question is, hey, what's up? My only question, Joseph, is, do they deserve due process? Or are we going to just overlook due process because Trump said so? I don't know any of them individuals that was rounded up, and neither do you. Trump said they were gang members and they was this and that. My question is, do they deserve due process? That's all I'm saying. Or are we going to turn a blind eye to that until something happened to our family? Joe, man. Joseph said, my family got deported 2 weeks ago because of him. Listen, man, did they get due process, Joseph? Or they just got deported? Did they go through the normal process? Listen, it don't matter if I got a tattoo. And Mikhail, I understand what you're saying. Your family member can have a tattoo, but you don't convict on tattoos, man. So I understand. Let's not overlook the law, man. And it's easy to say when Trump says something, it's easy for us to go with it, or those who follow him to go with it. So don't say, oh, he had a tattoo that he's a gang member, so send him out. We can't use that in court. You still got to have due process. That's what I'm saying. Joseph said, Jesus for president. if it was real, he'd probably be a good president, man. Joseph said they got sent out ASAP. See, Trump ain't playing. Trump ain't playing, and I know, people like, yeah, they with that. My only thing is due process. If you're wrong, you're wrong, because eventually you're gonna be found wrong. But it's scary, not to me, but I'm just saying it would be scary to some people, man, that they don't even have a right to defend themselves. Joseph said taxes and stuff been getting too much inflation. Yeah. Taxes. Oh man, we listen. Taxes and stuff been getting too much inflation. Yeah. As we all know, stock market is still down. People losing, they still losing. Teru, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. People 401ks are going down. We know all that. Joseph said the phantom tax is so much RN, man. So much. Type it again, Joseph. I couldn't really get it. You said you are blocked. I'm just there 8. Am I blocked? No, you're not blocked, man. If you are here, you're not blocked. And I welcome you here. Just don't come with the nonsense. Yeah, if somebody said tax, Norman Guy said tax the rich. Hold on, let me slow down. Yes, you get process being a gang member. That's the part you don't understand, and the power of the president. I understand that, man, but are you all right with the president coming to your house? Because the president going to eventually, the way it's going now, he's going to have the power to come to your house. But we have what's called due process. We should be able to fight against it. I'm not telling you stop supporting him. I'm just getting you to try to get everybody to just look at this one part. Do we want to do we really want to get rid of due process for anybody? Because if he can do it to one, he can do it to anybody now. He's the most powerful man in the country as it stands. So I get that. But let's not just say, okay, they shouldn't have due process. Joseph said we got to reduce the income inequalities. That's facts. It said, I'm just there 8. Yes, this is how fascism, I even talk about oligarchy, going into authoritarianism, to totalitarianism, same thing. This is how it starts. That's why it's so concerning, man. Me personally, I'm not all right with a lot of the stuff that's going on, because when it happened, what would it take? Would it take for it to happen to you or your family before you find that it's a problem? Due process is for a reason, and that should be for everybody here in the United States. Norman Guy said, tax the rich and get their money to help people. Joseph said, Jesus doesn't exist, you said. I don't get it. Who said Jesus don't exist? That wasn't my words. Joseph, I didn't say that, man. Old guy hustle. Dave, did they care about process when they broke into our country? So every one of them was guilty. You automatically saying if it's 2 of them that were innocent, it's worth doing due process. That's all I'm saying, man. Let's not turn a blind eye on justice, man. Please don't. Because guess what? Eventually, it can hit your doorstep. And then we'll be rallying. We'll be wanting people to support. They did me wrong. They came in my house and they took this or they took that. So be careful, man. It's easy for us to point at the immigrants and say, yeah, they gang members, they this. But due process. That's all I'm saying. Jeff Jewell said Trump is corrupt as hell, is what Jeff said. Listen, I'm in agreement, man, with a lot of stuff that he does. And the crazy thing, man, Americans are sitting back knowing that's not really how we do here in America, but we all right with the stuff that he do. As long as Trump do it, everybody good. Trump said it, it's good. Trump did it, it's good. It say kills for meals. Are you talking about, you met Muhammad? Who you saying? You said Mahmoud. Kills for meals. Tell me who you're talking about. Dustin Mace, you come in illegally, then you should know the consequences. I hate for anyone to go through that, but if done legally, they wouldn't be a problem. Right, I respect that. That's what I'm saying. That's a side to look at it, and that's the right way. Come here legally, you shouldn't have a problem. But let me tell you this, you might not have heard a story about a professor that had legal papers, a university professor, and they just got him. They took him up. He still got to go through it. So it ain't just as easy as having papers. With the administration we got now, if they want to come get you, they don't care nothing about no papers. So that was a good point, though. Normal Guy said the solution is tax the rich, solve the income inequalities. Yeah, but it seems like they really don't want to tax the rich because our administration is buddy-buddy with the top of the top of the top. So, and they got a plan. We at the bottom, we really don't know the plan, but they got a plan, man. Jeff George, yes, absolutely tax the rich. They got it, and they won't even feel it. For real. Joseph said, Jesus for president. Okay, Joseph. Jeff George said, Jesus isn't real. Oh, Jeff said it, because I didn't say that. That ain't me. I didn't say that. Normal Guy, put the rich in their place and get real scientific research done. Woo! Normal Guy, that was good, man. You said put the rich in their place and get the real scientific research done. Good job. Joseph said, he is real, Jeff. Find God, please. He loves you. Okay. Hey, Joseph, are you a minister, a pastor, or something? Shannon Robinson, God isn't real. That's not me saying, that's Shannon Robinson said that. God isn't real is what Shannon said. Welcome to the chat, Shannon. Normal Guy, God might be real, but he is with the rich. Normal Guy, you said God might be real, but he is with the rich. Explain that to me. I don't understand that. Explain that, Normal Guy. Joseph said God is real, Shannon. He's saying God is real, Shannon. Joseph, Shannon, God is real. Joseph, God is so real that he can bring your hair back, Shannon. Come on, let's be respectful. And then Shannon said, Joseph, that's your opinion. Okay. RLS3 Gaming. It said WSG. I guess you talking about what's up? What is that? WSG. I'm lost. I'm kind of slow. Help me out, man. Normal Guy said, yes, God is real, but he is with the rich and tax the rich. So he still tax the rich. It's about taxes. Because people at the bottom, us everyday working people, feel like we paying most of the taxes. And we see us getting taxed. I remember during Trump's last campaign, Trump said, I don't pay taxes because I'm smart. I guess based on write-offs and different stuff like that. And that's why it was an issue with even President Trump showing his tax returns. Jeff George says that was genetics, not God, my guy. Okay. Shannon Robinson said, I don't like hair. Okay. Top dog. Trump's fixing this, it says Trump fixing this stuff. Top dog, you said Trump fixing it. Okay. Normal Guy. No monopoly. Okay. Joseph, I can see that, Shannon. In the 50s, we had a very high tax rate on everything over 2 million. Cost of living was the best we ever had it at that time. Man, we were working 40 and taking care of the whole family. Normal Guy said no monopolies mean no poor. Joseph said people don't like the things they don't have. It is in the Bible. 489, the story. What verse? Don't just say you gave a verse, but what chapter, what book are you talking about? Top Dog said our administration wants to get rid of taxes for the middle class. Top dog, they just passed a bill, right? The middle class were not his priority. His priority was the billionaire. I don't know how much is going to trickle down to the middle class, but it was supposedly a $4 trillion tax cut for the billionaires. So I don't know when you say get rid of taxes for the middle. They just passed a new tax bill, Trump's tax plan for 2025. It wasn't nothing about getting rid of taxes for the middle. RLS3 Gaming said, we're going to rise to the top. Normal Guy said, Norway taxes 56%. And look, they are happy. They're happy if that's the truth. I don't know. I haven't researched that. But if that's the case, they're happy because that's all they know. See, we know something different over here. We see that we work 8 hours. We get a check at the end of the week or 2 weeks, however you get paid. Some people even get paid monthly. So if you get a check once a week, every other week, or even monthly, and you see that you made this amount, and then they taxing that amount, we can see it because they give us a clear breakdown, on our pay stub. Volcanic King, top dog, I hope Trump the dump fire you too. Then you will see. See, what he's saying is, there's a lot going on that nobody's seeing. People losing their jobs, getting fired. And I don't know about you, but if we lose our job, how are we going to take care of our families? That's not a light thing. That's serious. If you go to your job and they say, sorry, your services are no longer needed in the community, all you're going to be thinking about is your family, yourself, how you're going to pay your bills. So people, all this, he talking to you, top dog. He's saying, listen, man, you probably won't be able to see this unless it happens to you. It said it's volcanic. Volcanic King is the one said that. And back to Joseph, to be honest, Joseph said, to be honest, Kanye for president. Okay. Jeff George, my brother-in-law makes $400K a year and thinks he should pay more. Jeff, you saying he thinks he should pay more, or we think? You saying he think he should pay more? Mikhail, I bet you think a man can be a woman. Come on, why do y'all do this every time, man? Y'all don't want to do right. Y'all got to throw this, Mikhail, Abdullah, come on, man. He said, I bet you think a man can be a woman. Okay. Shannon Robinson, yes, I did. I don't know who Shannon was responding to, but Shannon Robinson said, yes, I did. Top Dog said, you got too much hate in your heart, King. Why you want someone to get fired? I don't think he's hoping that on you, but people are getting fired left and right like it ain't no joke. And what he was saying to you, Top Dog, he don't want you to get fired. We don't want nobody to get fired because people got to take care of their family. I think what he was saying to you is you won't be able to see the devastation until it happened to you. And we don't hope that. We hope it don't happen to you. That's not what he's saying. Jeff George says, all of y'all praising Trump, praise God if y'all for it, though, should not worship false idols. That's facts. Don't worship man. Volcanic King said, normal guy, how do you know how much Norway have taxes? That's a good question because I'm just taking your word. And I admit it. I don't know because I haven't looked into that. That's a great question. Answer that. How do you know how much they taxing in Norway? Oh, Norman Game, you put me on something. I learned something from you today. You said it means what's up. Volcanic King say, hey, MAGA. Hold on, y'all. It say, hey, MAGA, how much is eggs today? That's the thing. Y'all been in the grocery store lately? Eggs is high. Man, that chicken, man. I used to be able to get slick on them. I would be able to get the legs instead of the pack of wings. Man, the legs is high. Groceries is high right now. So thanks for bringing that up, Volcanic King. Prices is high, but we said, or some people, I didn't say it because I didn't vote for Trump. But people say, We voted for Trump because of the price of eggs. What about now? Not only the price of eggs, people are losing their 401ks, man. So thanks for bringing that up. How is it going with stocks? Stocks is down. That's why I know nobody talking. But when stocks was good, Trump was like, stocks is good because of me. I made the stocks go up. And listen, they haven't even put in the tariffs, because that's really going to be a problem. They telling them, yo, Trump, please don't do them tariffs because you're going to hurt our businesses. But him being arrogant, he might go ahead and do it. Because Canada, China, and Mexico, they said when you do it, we're going to retaliate again. So we got a couple more weeks before it really go down. Top Dog said eggs is cheap again. I don't know where you get your eggs from. I haven't seen that. Much respect to you, though. Joseph said, Elon Musk don't pay no taxes. It ain't fair. But they okay with that. Nah, he don't pay taxes. Trump admitted to not paying taxes, right? But it seems like they okay with that. Everybody's good with that. Why? Because it's Trump. Stedman Turner. Oh, listen, y'all. Listen to Stedman. Stedman said, people think God is a game. I promise you, he's real. When you die, you'll see. Thank you for that, Stedman. I try not to blame, no matter what somebody think, that's something I try not to play with. You know what I'm saying? You know, I may get a giggle here and giggle there, but that's serious, man. Atuku Cocker, good, enter the market. Okay, he's saying go enter the stock market. But remember this, is some people, there are people who live check to check. They can't afford to enter the market. I'm not saying me, you, or whoever. I'm saying there are people who cannot enter the market. But for you who got it, cool, go ahead, enter the market. Normal guy said Elon Musk no good, a technocrat. Normal guy, why people should work. I mean, why people should work for money. You asking why should people work? Because we got families to take care of. Joseph said, Allah will save us all. And for those who don't know, man, Allah is just another word for God. Okay? Joseph said, Allah will save us all. Jeff Gore said he think he should pay more in taxes than he does. Oh, he must be good. He must be balling. For you to have extra money, I don't never want to pay more than I'm required to pay. And I would never even think that. But I understand where he's coming from. He probably, you know, a good American and want to give more to his country. Okay. Joseph said America is getting too fat, so Trump is thinking of starvation for some reason. Okay. Normal guy, we need education and monopoly. We need research, not money. We need books, not money. Okay. Well, we got to have something, you know, to pay for what we you know need now. So I understand the concept. It ain't about money, but right now that's what we barter and trade with is the American dollar through our credit cards or whatever it may be. So we do need money. Joseph said, Joseph's asking, I guess he's talking to King. He said, who did you vote for, King? No one said that about eggs. Dustin said, no one said that about eggs. Laughing out loud. Stocks falling in price is not good, man. I've lost over, see this individual, he said he lost over $56,000 in a year. So he's saying it ain't good that the stock's falling. But the other person was saying when the prices is low, it's good for the people to buy because when it go back up, you'll make money. Sorry to hear that, Joseph, that you lost money, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Joseph, you said you in the hood again. Don't commit no crimes, man. Jeff said, hood is hard to get out of, my guy. Yeah, because part of that being in the hood, you know, I come from the hood, so I know this and I can speak on it. Part of being in the hood is a mindset. And when he said it's hard to get out, because we be stuck in our minds sometimes. So sometimes we got to be able to free our minds and think outside the box, think bigger than our neighborhood, think bigger than our city, even think bigger than our state. And it would take that to be able to even think about getting out of the hood. Normal guy said tariffs will make America worse. Look, nobody will work with America. We starting that process already. Canada was our #1 trade, right? Country. They're our neighbors. They right there, right next to us. They said, I think they do annually $1 trillion in trade between the two countries. But we messing that up with all these tariff talks, and we probably won't never, it'll take a long time to rebuild that relationship. Jeff George said, been there, done that. I started over from a duffel bag 8 times. It never gets any easier, but you got this dude talking about the president. Joseph says, why can't we not pay taxes just like Trump? Aren't we all equal? Corey, ain't playing, man. Corey Monka said, you tell God that when you meet him. Corey, are you saying you believe in God or you don't? Because it sounds like you saying don't play with God. You tell God that when you meet him. Or it could be the other way. So I don't know. Tell me what's your stance. Normal guy said buy gold. Jeff said my brother-in-law makes bank and he thinks he should pay way more. He gets tons of breaks because he makes so much and thinks the little guy like my wife and I who work paycheck to paycheck should pay more. Right. He think he should pay more compared to you and your wife and, you know, regular people. Got you. Normal guy, you said political party, and then you got a face emoji. What you saying? He said, ban sliced cheese, make America great again. Okay. Jeff George, anyone who makes more than 400 a year should pay more, like an extra 10%, and they wouldn't even see it. The problem with that, when we make more, or people in general that make more money, what happened is normally they spend more money. So people who make more money, they usually spend more money, and that's an issue. Because now you're making more, and then you're spending more, and then now the taxes too. So if you make more, you're gonna have to at least leave an extra cushion for taxes. Because like you said, if you do have to pay more, but no, you done made more, you done bought a new house, you done bought a new car, and then when taxes come, they most likely are not going to be prepared to even pay them taxes, and that's going to put them in a hole. But I do agree with you said, if you make 400,000 or more, yeah, you should pay more. Joseph said he's thinking about moving to some South American country. He said he want to get a thick Latino. Okay, Joseph. He said too much in America. Jeff George said, hey, if I'm wrong about God, we will figure it out when we get there. Okay. But today, y'all, one thing we do know that we got to live and breathe this air. And those of us in America, we got to deal with all that's going on here. That's why when I started, I said, do y'all think that those individuals who were shipped out, the immigrants, do y'all think they deserve due process? That's what I started with. Someone said ban slow. Okay. So my question was, should they have the right to due process? Those individuals who were sent out of the country. Because let's say if it was 100, 200, it just said hundreds of them. So let's say I'm not going to put a number, but how many hundreds of people that were sent out, if it was 5 or 10 people who were not guilty, now they over there in a jail in El Salvador. So that was my question, man. Should we get away with our rights? Should we lose us? Because if they do it to one, they can do it to you and me. So my question is, should those individuals have gotten due process before they were shipped out of the country? Or can we just say, can we just say they're gang members, they're violent, they deserve to be gone? Because we got some violent people over here too. Joseph, I'm in agreement. I think they should have due process. Every human being should have due process. Because guess what? During that process, some people, very few, have been found innocent. They were not guilty of what they were accused of. But if we just say everybody's guilty, no due process, you won't even know whether they're innocent or not until after you done killed them. Because you didn't execute them because you thought they was guilty, or you just shipped them out because you thought they were guilty. Joseph, saying it like that, it seemed crazy. He said gang members deserve kindness and love. That's not what we were saying, man. I once hugged, Joseph said, I once hugged a gang member, and then he then changed his life and threw away his gun. Yeah, sometimes it's going to take more than that, or even some of the stuff y'all were talking about, you know, the intervention from the Most High. So sometimes it does take intervention. On one hand, you got to know what led this individual to that even lifestyle. What led him to that lifestyle before we be able to crack or even help him. But thank you, Joseph. Joshua. Joshua said Joseph's not an adult yet. Okay. Thank you, Joshua. Is that literally or was that? I'm missing this one. If the immigrants are legal, then yes, they should be kicked out. But yes, they do deserve due process. It's part of what makes America great. Unfortunately, I have little to no faith in the court system, though. Much respect. Joseph said, please ban Joshua. He seems to have taken his. Listen, man, be respectful. Listen, one thing I ask and require of anybody on here, man, let's be respectful to one another. We're not going to agree on a lot of stuff when we talk about certain issues, man. But one thing I do ask is that we be respectful to one another. Jeff George said, they have screwed me over several times. You talk about the court system? Yeah, because I think that's the last thing you said. Yeah, and especially as a black man, I have my years of dealing with the court system. I try to stay out their way right now. I try to stay out everybody's way. You see what I'm saying? So if we can, and we can't always, but if we can, man, try to stay out the way. That was to you, Jeff. Joseph said, I'm respectful. I appreciate that. You have been respectful the whole time. I'm just saying that's one thing we want to do is be respectful. That's all I'm saying. Jeff George said, I'm trying to. It is difficult. Jeff, man, it's difficult. I know, man. It's difficult. Joe said, I like respectful men. Jeff said, yes. Joe's like, see, let me skip that. Joshua, apologies. Appreciate that, Joshua. That's what it's about, being grown and be responsible, man, you know, when we make mistakes. But let me go back to Jeff. Listen, man, I might have a hey, Jeff, what's your age range? Jeff George, what's your age range, sir? Oh, Jeff said, I was a poor kid. I didn't have to deal with the extra stuff you did with race. It could have, let me go back to that. Jeff George said, I was a poor kid. I didn't have to deal with the extra stuff you did with race. It couldn't have been easy. Right. And it wasn't. I made mistakes. I got my own story. You know, I'd love to share that with you one day. But yeah, I'm not going to blame it on my situation, though. I made bad decisions. That was me. You know what I mean? It was the choices that I made. But yeah, certain situations contributed to certain things, to be honest. Joshua, it seemed like a cheap story. I hugged a man and that saved him. Okay. Joseph, could you help me, man? Joseph, what you talking about? Jeff George said, unfortunately, there are no opportunities to get better. Our system keeps people locked up. That's a fact, man. But what I'm saying is, if your eyes are open, if you know that, man, stay out the way. You got to make extra moves, extra decisions, be responsible, and stay out the way. And then, yeah, it's easier said than done, but you got to do it because your life depends on it. Joseph, you're in severe debt, man. You probably need a financial advisor, man, because I don't know. Jeff George said, I'm 40. That's what's up, man. In the hood right now as well, still trying to change gangsters' lives. Yeah. The most important life you'll ever change, right, is going to be yourself. The most important life I will ever change is myself. And once you do that, once I do that, man, you're more equipped to help other people. Once you change numero uno, man, it makes a world of difference. Because now if you got children, they're going to see it, right? If you're serious about that, you will reflect that onto your children. You will reflect that to other young people. If you mentor anybody, it's going to reflect on them as well. So yeah, the most important person you can change will be yourself. It said, Jeff said, oh yeah, we all make our own choices, but the system don't want to help. It's disparaging. Yeah, it's disparaging. Yeah, disparaging. Joe said, bro, my family was locked up when I was a kid. Yeah, I know many stories like that. Yeah. So my whole life I tried to save these. This is Joseph speaking. So my whole life I tried to save these young kids' lives instead of being gangster. Yeah, yeah. Hugging these kids for 40 whole years, man. Okay. Listen, man, as I say, Joseph, what's up? Listen, just a reminder, everybody continue to be respectful to one another. Let me go back to Joseph. I hope you're making strong men. Some people go around hugging to show the public an image. Right, that's true, Joseph. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Joseph, you sound like a strong individual, man. Where you at in life? What you doing? What you got going on in life? How's life treating you, Joseph? Joshua said, okay. Listen, man, I respect all y'all. I appreciate all y'all. For some reason, even though we started somewhere else, man, I like this conversation, man, because these kind of conversations, that's what help people in the long run, man. It's about helping people. We can all get up here and destroy one another, kick each other down, kick them while they down and all that good stuff. That's not even, Joseph, I respect you, man, but who's your favorite rapper, man? That's not even important. I ain't knocking your question, but where we at right now, that's not even important. Joshua said, I'm okay working, married, life is okay. That's what's up, man. I'm in the house too. I understand that lifestyle. But I appreciate you coming on here giving encouraging words and advice. But as I always say, man, just be respectful to one another. Because guess what? In life, you never know who you're going to need. So yeah, we got these differences, you voted this way, you support that person, I voted this way, I may support this person. But guess what? We human beings and we American citizens. In life, you'll never know who you need in life. Right. Joseph saying he made it out of the hood at a young age, but based on some bad investments, I think that's what he's saying, uh, that he's back in the hood. Do you still got that paying job that you just showed? You still making that money? This for you, Joseph. Joshua, listen, man. I worked in facilities with troubled youth. This I'm responding to you, Joshua. I know exactly what you mean. We can talk to them sometime till we blue in the face. Some of them get in there, they change lives, and then they get out. You see them on the news. They didn't kill somebody or they didn't got killed. So I understand what you're saying. And let me say this too, right? You still got to talk to them because as we talking, it's going somewhere. They might not be able to respond and change now, but they can eventually change. I remember when I was young and older people would talk, I wasn't able to process that at the time, but it was in the back of my mind. So later, I made the change. But when they was talking, I wasn't mature enough to make the changes at that time. So Joshua, I understand exactly what you're saying. You know, having worked with troubled teenagers, also having been a troubled teenager. Right. Yeah, Joseph. It ain't the end of the world, man, because you got your life and you got your I know you said you in debt, but it ain't the end of the world, man. Just go pick up from here. Joshua said, invest in Jesus. Excuse me. Joseph said he want to be a millionaire. Joseph, it ain't gonna take for you to be a millionaire to get out the hood. Like I said, the first step of getting out the hood is a mindset. Change the way we think. I don't care if you're in debt or whatever. Still, get out the hood. And guess what? I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound crazy. Before you get out the hood, you gotta get out the hood. Let that sit in for a minute. Joshua said, with Christ, I need little to no money to be peaceful. That's what's up. Joseph said, already got out. Yeah, yeah. Man, y'all sharing some good stuff. Joseph said that the gangsters that I transform help me a lot out with money, especially. Okay. Okay. But we gotta be careful with who we allow to help us, and also the terms. Be clear on the terms. You know, you're not giving me this for that because I'm not a part of that. So just be clear if you accept money from anybody. So you be careful who you accept it from first of all, and then be clear on the terms. Listen, ain't no strings attached. I'm not with that. No, I do not. Joseph, I don't know him. I'm just talking, like I'm talking to you. I don't know who he is or anything. I'm just going by what he's saying. Okay, Joseph, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. Listen, listen, y'all. I appreciate y'all sharing. That's what I come on here to do, man. My hopes as I come on here is that it will help somebody some kind of way. I don't know. Because it's called dialogue. The more we talk about stuff, the more chance we may be able to first find common ground. And then number two, somebody might be able to help somebody else. So that's one of the reasons, one of the many reasons I come on here and try to speak or, open up a forum where we can talk about some stuff. Oh, Joshua, Joseph, Joshua asks you, man, do you know Jesus? Joshua, he asking you this. You might didn't see his comment, Joseph, but Joshua is asking you, Joseph, do you know Jesus? Oh, Dustin, my fault. Dustin, put your question back up. Put your question. It's so many, man. I was missing. My apologies. Dustin, my apologies for skipping your question. Put it back up. Good point, Joseph. You say all we got to do is for these young ones is show them love. That's what's up. But Joshua asked you a question, Joseph. He said, do you know Jesus? Dustin May, put your question back up. Let me go back and see if I can find it. You said, Dustin, let me see where you at. I ain't gonna be able to find it. Dustin, just put your question back up, man. I can't find the other question. Dustin May, if you're still with us, put your question back up. You said you skipped my question. Joseph said he'd be bringing him to church and all that, helping meet Jesus and all that. But Joshua asked you, do you know Jesus? I know you bringing, I think he wanted you to be more personal. Dustin, you still in the house? Try to find my apologies. I'm trying to find your question now. Can't see it. Dustin, put your question back up. I'm trying to look back now to see if I see your question. If I missed it, I didn't mean to. Joshua said, "We're not scared of we're not scared of big Lord Jesus, are we?" Joshua, what are you teaching the kids of Father God? Joseph said, "Trump will have to touch his feet when Jesus comes back. Mark my words." Okay. Joshua said, "Forget Trump. Kids time. What are we teaching the kids?" That's what Joshua is saying. If we want to help the kids, we want to make sure we're teaching them the right thing and guide them in the right direction. So I think Joshua want to know, man, listen, man, don't play with this, man. You're talking about the kids. Make sure we're teaching them the right way. That's what Joshua talking about. Joseph, that's your, I'm gonna say that's your opinion, but Joseph just said Trump is doing a lot for the kids. Kids are very important, is what Joseph said. I put it in there twice now. You just put it in there again because I didn't see it again. Dustin, you just put it back in? I see Dustin just say, I put it in there twice now. Go back. It ain't coming on. The last one shows me, it says, you skipped my question. This for you, Dustin. Okay, future of civilization. Joshua saying, you not Trump, man. It's probably evident who he voted for. Oh, Joseph asking Joshua who he voted for. Jose Thomas said, amen, God bless you. Thank you. Jesus is alive and coming soon. Only a universal power of awesome God, Jesus, praying truly. John LaPointe says Trump. Joseph said, Jose knows what's up. What do you teach the hood children about Christ? Is what Joshua is asking you, Joseph. Joseph, to put it plain and simple, I did not vote for Trump. You got that, Joseph? Oh, Dustin May, I got you. It said, Dustin May, what are your thoughts on a Tesla being burnt down? I think they should be in jail. Listen. I hope they don't. I'm not in agreement with nobody burning nobody cars down. I'm not in agreement with none of that. So to answer that part of your question, nah, I wouldn't do that. If I ain't with him, ain't supporting him, I just wouldn't buy his Tesla. So I would be in agreement with not purchasing Tesla. As far as burning it down, as far as the treatment for anybody who burns a Tesla should be the treatment for anybody who burns any car. So whatever the laws are concerning burning a car up, it should be the law across the board. Not because you Trump's buddy, now we're going to make a special law and treat it as terrorism. So if you burn any car, whatever the law says for that, that should be the same thing for Tesla. Joshua and he said, Trump's not relevant to my question. He talking to you, Joseph. Oh, Joseph did respond. He said, I feel you a lot. I don't know what he's talking about on that. Joshua want to know what you teach kids. Dustin May said, okay, I'm with that, but the way people are acting is insane. Dustin, were you talking about against Tesla? Let me just share this, and this is just my take, Dustin. I'm going back to Dustin. Y'all be patient with me. A part of that is people feel like Elon Musk right now is a part of destroying our democracy, right? That's what some people feel in their heart. I'm just explaining it to you. So there's people who feel like Elon Musk is destroying democracy. Not only destroying democracy, he's so big and bad that he's firing our federal workers. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with Elon Musk through Doge and in the name of efficiency. So people are fed up with him. So you got to understand, them and their protests and all that's going on right now. Abatros, it said, do you support Kamala? You asking me that? I'm gonna tell you this. I do not support Trump. The election is over now, right? Trump is our president. And by his actions, I still don't support him. Because in my mind, he's not supporting the American people. He's not making choices and decisions that benefit Americans. So I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Abatros, it said, do you support Kamala? Right now, I do not support the president of the United States. I got to abide by his laws because he's president. But do I support him and his actions? By no means. Joshua said, I want truth, not your feelings. Talking to you, Joseph. Get too many advantages, even if he riches, because he thinks he Trump's homie. Joseph said, Joshua, I can touch. Listen, man. Oh, he said, I can feel you. Okay, got you. Only Christ can heal you. Abatros said, yeah, I'm asking you, how is he not supporting the American people? Just things that I see that you may not see. One of the things is, a lot of cuts have been cut towards African Americans. Our scholarships and funded has been affected by a lot of the cuts. There's a lot of the things that he's doing that's not for the benefit of the American people. Doing good, getting out the corrupts. I don't understand. I'm all for Elon and Doge. Right. And it's going to be a matter of perspective because when I look at, I see Doge, I see Elon Musk, and I see Trump as the biggest corruptions. So it's going to be a different perspective based on the lens how we looking at it, and we all going to bring our own evidence. But look at this, and we're going to point out stuff that we believe. But I believe that's where the corruption is at. He's part of the cleaning up, but yet at the same time, I'm talking about Elon Musk, right? He's still getting billions of dollars in contracts from our government, which is a direct conflict of interest. So when you say corruption, I'm thinking of Trump, Elon Musk, his billionaire friends, and his administration. They not doing nothing to save no world. Dustin, we're gonna have to agree to disagree with that. I don't see Elon Musk doing anything to help the people. He putting his SpaceX, Tesla, Starlink. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, all you guys look at for the HBCUs, those scholarships have been cut, man. And then when they say DEI and everybody's saying DEI now is a concern, and for some reason they thinking it's mean black when white women are the ones who benefit the most from DEI. But those cuts have been, since it's been announced, they've been cutting black people. Even the first black general who Trump fired. So it's some things, and I know y'all continue to close your eyes and say, what did they do? They didn't do anything. I'm going to tell you another issue I see, even with cutting the Department of Education, putting it back in the states. It should be in the hands of the states. Remember, one time it was in the hands of the states. They was the ones discriminating against African Americans. If you remember the picture of the black girl had to be escorted into the school because individual states could easily discriminate against you. And now you're going to cut the Department of Education federally and say, give it back to the states. It's a lot easier for the states to discriminate against you. So that's just another issue. But we can spend all day. We would have to really break bread and talk about some stuff, Albatross, to really get where I'm coming from, man. There's a lot of stuff I can pour out to you. And there's probably some stuff you can pour out to me. And you supported them. But nah, I'm not supporting. Nah, they ain't saving the world. Gives you all the truth and peace you are seeking. Thank you, Joshua. We all need it. Dustin, it ain't about right and wrong, man. Some stuff is obvious. That's why you got so many protests. Because not only is it what's going on, and these are not just Democrats. They're also Republicans are upset because they feeling it. With the cuts to Medicaid and Medicare, and that's real. You can close your eyes and act like it ain't. So even with that, people feeling that. People who get insulin. You know how high insulin can be? So basically that's what it is. Joshua says, see y'all next time. Oh, Joshua, we appreciate you, man. You gave a lot of input. Thank you. Joe said, would you like to be rich and not liked by people like Elon, or poor and respected? I'd rather just be who I am, and whatever I be, that's what I be. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't like, yeah, I would like to have a little bit more, but I ain't gonna get rich or die trying. First of all, I love me. So wherever that takes me, I'm gonna have to be all right with that. Gotta work. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up too. Joshua, man, I appreciate you, man. I'll be back tomorrow around the same time. I thank you for your input, Joshua. Thank you. John said, for real, Elon is absolutely for the people of the world. John said, Elon want to save the world. Okay. Making America a better place, putting us back on top. Okay, but this is another thing too, right? The way things are, I'm totally not in agreement with it. You got to be more diverse. And I know they try to make the word diverse a spooky word, a scary word, but everybody's voice should be accounted for. You got an entire administration with no African Americans in there. That's a problem because for one, y'all try to make people think, well, African Americans are not qualified. That's an issue, man. That's why they came with this DEI thing, because they knew they was gonna have like an all white, and it's like instead of making America great again, you want to make America white again. Come on now. Dennis Mays said, "Facts are the facts. America's not thriving right now. Go grocery shopping right for the week, and then come back and you tell me, is America thriving? Go peep those who got 401ks. Go look at your 401k compared to some months ago. Tell me, is America thriving?" Hey, John, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, because we still down here. I ain't losing nobody, because if I lose you over conversating about this, then I never had you in the first place. But I respect that, man. And that's what we got to do. We got to see the bigger picture, man. Because you're going to feel this way, I'm going to feel that way, but we still be cool. We could be. Joseph talking about a rapper. Dustin, why y'all think prices change with a snap of a finger? Listen, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. This to you, Dustin. When he put them tariffs in, the price is going to change with a snap of the finger. As soon as he does it. We say April 2nd, as soon as he does it. And if he wanted to, since he's been in here, he could have made changes by putting in certain executive orders. All them executive orders was what was most important to him. But helping the little people, to me, it wasn't important to him. Okay, Dustin believed, he said, just watch, it's going to get better. Okay. But not only get better with the economy, get better with how you treat people. See what I'm saying? You're not no king, and stop carrying yourself like a king. So that's also a requirement too, Dustin. Not because you can't get me, and then he's saying he's gonna send everybody the $5,000 check. That's what they're trying to do, because he's under 50% now approval rating. So they want to get that back and sway people by saying, I'm gonna give you money. So basically, man, nah, you can't buy me with that. It's your treatment of people first and foremost. Cross the aisle and work with people, man. Stop saying you're going, I want to impeach the judge because they didn't agree with me, or I want to lock my enemies up. See, that's another thing that we gotta change. He just giving back the money that was stolen from us. Go ahead and send it then. That's cool. But also his behaviors, man. Stop trying to carry the presidency like you the king. You should be the #1 servant because you serve the people. That's a public servant service office. You're the #1 servant of the entire country. I'm not a victim by no means. We was just having a good conversation. Not a victim, man. You coming in on the part, probably don't know what you're talking about. Somebody said, don't be a hypocrite. No, but I will express my rights just like you. Most definite. We have a convo. That's all I was saying. That's all, man. That's all. And guess what? We not gonna always agree. Even after having a civilized conversation, and you bring your evidence and I bring my evidence, even after all that, we might not agree, man. But I can express mine, and I can also listen to others without trying to belittle them or whatever. Listen, man, I appreciate and I thank all y'all that came on this live. We started with, one topic, then we ended off, on some other stuff. But, I was cool with that. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. We are human beings. There's no little I's and big me's. It's cold common sense. Got you. It's a knowledge power. I'm telling you the facts from my side. And that's what I'm saying, the facts. We all got facts. Okay. Um, you believe lower court judges have the same power as the president? Listen, we're gonna have to probably start this tomorrow because I done been on here hour plus, Scott Waters. Because for us to even get into that, we're gonna have to both be open to some information. You hear me, Scott Waters? We will have to both be open to some information. I'm gonna just say this before I sign off. We got 3 branches of government, 3 branches, right? And they meant to balance each other. Scott, my man, Scott said always open. It's your feelings, not facts. Okay. Okay. But you wasn't on here the whole time, so you really coming on the end story, knowledge power. So basically, like, it's 3 branches of government, and you know who they are. I don't have to explain it. Congress, judicial, legislative, which is Congress, judicial, which are the judges, the federal judges and the federal court, and then the executive, which is President Trump. And from there, we got to make the best of this country, man. And my hope is that things get better. We don't want to deny people rights and say they immigrants, they gang members, and send them out even after a judge told you not to, because everybody has a right to due process. So that's just some of the stuff I was talking about, man. Scott, do you believe that everybody should have rights to due process? Just a question. Scott Waters, where you at? Just asking a question about due process. I got to get back to work to what I was doing, man. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for checking in. We all live here in America. Those outside the country who came in, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see this. Somebody got a last comment. If you here illegally, you have to go. We can't go to their country illegally and get some process, can we? This is America. This is what makes us different. But good point, knowledge, power. Much respect. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all whether y'all agree or disagree. But we'll talk about it. I'll be back tomorrow around the same time. Until next time, y'all be safe. Peace.